Do a good job with that, Chris Columbus.
It's a good thing they didn't put me on the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Otherwise, it'd be a far cry from the New World. Anyway, it has turned out to be really a very cool, crisp day, but a good day for football, especially in view of what could have been.
Well, you know, the wind will be a factor in this game, especially in the first quarter, and I believe there was a defer on the choice of goals so that team could take the win. And here, as we look at the temperature right there, the big factor is going to be the wind. Now, down on the field, the flags look like they're blowing a lot stronger than that, and I think that in the first quarter we will see some problems for the punters with the wind.
The wind blowing from our right to our left. It says 5 to 10, but it seems a lot stronger than that. It's the Class 1A championship. Lexington undefeated. You can see right near Bloomington, right near where we are. They didn't have a long bus trip in. Orangeville came out last night, stayed over, and they are ready to go. Interesting, both these teams made the semifinals last year. Both were defeated. And here they are back to try for the big one in 1989.
Well, that's an interesting point, Mike, and it also brings up the point that obviously they had a very strong underclass with those juniors, and now the senior leadership for both teams has come to focus and has brought them right back down here to Bloomington Normal for the state championship.
Orangeville won the toss. They will be in dark in the purple and gold. Lexington in the light uniforms. You see them there. They are coached by Ed Moore. Ed Moore in his 5th season with the Minutemen. He turned the program around almost immediately. His first year he was 3-6. Came back with a 9-2 season, made the playoffs, then 11-2, 10-3, and now 13-0. There is Ed Moore, also a baseball player, pitched in the Cubs organization. Matter of fact, roomed with Jay Howell, who spent some time with the Cubs.
Well, you know what's interesting about this? He was also a quarterback on the last undefeated team, Mike. In 1973, he was a quarterback for Lexington.
Well, let's pick up the starting lineups now as we take a look at Ed Moore.
Number 75, Rob Culbertson. Right tackle, number 64, Dave Stiles. At right end, number 61, Pat Egan.
This is the defense being introduced now for the Minutemen.
Linebacker, number 32, Derek Weinzerl. Linebacker, number 46, John Thomas.
John Thomas, leading tackler, also the leading rusher on this team.
Hewer. At defensive back, number 1, Billy Du Bois.
He's a very versatile football player.
Number 20, Brian Friedmansky. Defensive back, number 80, Aaron Stover. And at safety, number 83, Kevin Therian. Now the offensive lineup for Orangeville. Head coach, Brian Benning.
Brian Benning out of Iowa, also his 5th year as coach of the Broncos.
At left end, number 83, Dan Reamer. Left tackle, number 73, Dean Briggs. At left guard, number 58, Chad Bauer.
Chad Bauer, an all-stater. At linebacker,
At center, number 51, Brandon Rote. Right guard, number 61, Scott Setterstrom. Right tackle, number 72, Brian Briggs. At right end, at number 82, Mike Harnish. The quarterback, number 12, Jim Moyer. At halfback, number 29, Matt Rodebaugh. At halfback, number 20, Brent Schleter. And the fullback, number 34, James Hort.
James Hort, Matt Rodebaugh, 2,000-yard rushes for Orangeville. They're going to be carrying the brunt of the load today.
For today's 1A championship game. The line judge, Gerald Herman.
Well, there's the Orangeville huddle, and they are fired up. These are teams who have been here before, and they are going to try for the championship today. The officials for this morning's game.
And the linesman,
The referee is Mike Stivers from Staunton. The linesman, Albert Van Horn of Marion. Dean Schulmeister, the umpire. Jim Payne, the back judge. Gerald Herman is the line judge. There you see him. Okay, Jack, you got a pretty diversified attack over on the Lexington side.
Well, the interesting part about this is it's very similar to a game we did last year in the 5A championship with Belvedere. They don't huddle up. It's a no-huddle offense. It's very sophisticated. It gives you an idea of kind of the Dallas look. They do a lot of jumping around, but it all comes down to where they are just prior to the snap. When they come out, they'll show you a bunch of shifting around, but from a defensive standpoint, the defensive coordinator is more concerned with where they end up on that split second before the snap, and that's what we're going to see when they come out with their no-huddle offense. They do a lot of different things.
Well, Orangeville is set to receive. We'll have Rodebaugh back, number 29, but it comes up short. Trying to be taken by one of the up men. Jamie check it there, and Olsen, number 31. He does get a handle on it. But Orangeville will start going into the teeth of that wind on their own 21-yard line.
It's really unfortunate he didn't get a better kick to get the ball up into that strong wind that he had in his back.
Kicking with the wind didn't help in that case. So here is Orangeville coming out their first offensive play. That is Jim Moyer, the quarterback, 6'3", 177 pounds. The deuce-backs, Rodebaugh and Hort. In motion goes Schleter. And they give us the first man through, Hort, and Hort gets a nice chunk of yardage. You're taking a look at the starting offense right there. Moyer, Rodebaugh, Schleter's the only sophomore in the whole lineup. Hort, Reamer, and the end is Mike Harnish, the tight end.
See a lot of number 58 today, Chad Bauer, their all-state guard and linebacker.
Call it 2nd and 3 from the 28. Again, it's the give to the first man through. This time it's Matt Rodebaugh, and Rodebaugh gets what looks to be first down yardage.
Interesting on the first two plays, Mike, they ran behind their big all-stater, Chad Bauer. On the first play, they ran a trap behind him with him as a trapping guard. And on this last play, they ran a dive right up behind him. There's a look at Lexington's defense.
1st and 10 now from the 34 of Orangeville. Opening moments of the first quarter. And again through, this is Hort, and Hort again through the middle of the line. With Weinzero there, Derek Weinzero, the linebacker, coming up to make the stop.
Well, they're finding a soft spot in that defense right now, and they're just exploiting it. You notice both plays, the first three plays here have been between the tackles, and they're running an even front, which means there's nobody over the center, so they're finding that soft spot and they're running right at it.
In the 9, 2nd and 1 from the 43. And again it's Hort. And again his first down yardage close to midfield to the 48-yard line. Before Kevin Therian comes up to make the stop from the secondary.
There's the backs right there, and it's just a power-off tackle, and that guard just overran the player. You would have had him for a loss in the backfield, but that's just good, hard running. They're taking big splits with the offensive line, and they're just blowing Lexington at this point off the ball. And that advantage of the wind is going to be lost here in the first quarter with this nice drive by Orangeville.
Lexington the bigger team, but Orangeville handling them at least on the first drive. Twin backfield out on the wing is Friedmansky. Rodebaugh tries the right side on the sweep this time. Therian comes up to make the stop again from his safety position. Brings up a 2nd down, gain of 4.
You can see the power sweep here, and they've got that guard pulling. That's big Chad Bauer, leading him around the corner, but good penetration there by the cornerback, number 83, Kevin Therian, comes up in that seam and makes the play, or he would have had some good yardage.
Therian, 5'9", 155-pound junior, an offensive star as well. A lot of two-way players, as you would expect in 1A. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Schlueter in motion to the left. And Moyer again gives to Hort. This time, the right side of the line comes up from Lexington to stop Hort. Maybe a gain of a yard. Lance Benedict, number 30, in on the stop. Dan Reamer comes in now at split end position for Orangeville. Early big play right here, a 3rd and 5. Again, it's Schlueter in motion. And the pitch back to Matt Rodebaugh. Doesn't get the block, but he makes the first down yardage anyway. Matt Rodebaugh did that by himself.
That was a nice job of running by Matt. The tackle, you'll see the tackle pull right there out in front of him. Let's watch the tackle. You can see he misses the block. He makes an air block, but Rodebaugh makes a nice cutback and picks up the big first down for Orangeville to keep the drive going.
Pat Egan on the stop, and the drive continues from the Lexington 40. Orangeville has had the ball the entire first quarter. 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go. They have kept the ball on the ground, and they have been successful. Schlueter in the slot. This time he does going in motion to the right. This time Ford is driven back by Egan and about 4 other defenders for Lexington.
That was a little inside trap that they ran on the very first play of the ball game, which picked up yardage there. You can see the trap, but number 30, Lance Benedict, is not fooled or not blocked, one of the two, and he comes up to make the play and the big stop there. Lance Benedict is only a junior, excuse me, Mike.
Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. The Lexington 41, Orangeville on the attack. This time Matt Rodebaugh gets up to the 35-yard line. Rodebaugh stopped by Rob Culbertson. Will bring a 3rd down and 5.
You'll see a power sweep here that the fullback's blocking back. They're pulling the offside tackle and guard, and they didn't do a whole heck of a lot out in front of the ball carrier, but he picked up about 4 or 5 yards on that play.
Aaron Olson comes in now at one of the wide receiver spots. They're running in plays. The wide receivers are Reamer and Olson. He is down the bottom of your picture. You can't see him there, but he is split to the right. Schlueter in the slot. 3rd and 5 now from the 35. First pass of the game. Moyer looking for Olson. Broken up in there by Therian, number 83, and it looked for a moment like either man could have caught it, or Therian might have had an interception, but a good play defensively by Kevin Therian.
Well, he throws the ball right in the teeth of the wind here, and you can see right here that actually the receiver does a nice job of pulling the ball out of that secondary man's hands, or he would have had an interception.
Well, not much point in trying a field goal, certainly, and not much point in trying to punt into this win. So 4th and 5, Orangeville will go for it. They send Reamer to the right. Schlueter in the slot. The deuce backfield. Rodebaugh and Hort. The pitch goes to Rodebaugh. And a good play coming up by Billy DuBois to break up that play before it got off the ground and stop Orangeville on downs.
Well, that was an excellent play by the defensive back. Let's watch the tackle. Number 73 gets out in front of him and walls off that man, but there's number 1, Billy DuBois, a 5'10", 148-pound junior, comes up from his cornerback position to make the play.
Well, Pat Egan really made that play by getting the penetration in there, and we've called Pat Egan's name a lot. We'll call it some more. Now it's a chance for Lexington with 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go on offense. The quarterback, Bill Brown, he's a junior. You see a lot of shifting, as Jack told you. They go into the eye. Thomas, the up back, winds 0, the deep back. In motion goes Jeff Dameron. red flags, and the shifting brought out some laundry. Take a look at that starting offense while we wait for the penalty. Bill Brown, the quarterback, he is a junior. Weinzierl, Thomas, Therian, Jeff Dameron, and the tight end, Lance Benedict. And there's your line. Bachman, Brent, you are the center. And we get a false start called up against Lexington, so it'll be 1st and 15 now from their own, well, call it about the 31.
Notice what they're in, and then we'll see what they shift to now, and that's what you're concerned about, is where they're at right now.
This is Jeff Dameron in motion toward you. They give us to the first man through. And we got a fumble, and it looks like a recovery from Orangeville.
That was going to be an option play, and the fullback, as we'll see right here, the fullback never gets a handle on the ball. He lost the ball on the initial handoff, and Orangeville picks it off with excellent field position on about the 33-yard line.
We'll try to get a reading on who made that fumble recovery, but Orangeville does have the ball on the Lexington 32-yard line. Moyer on the give, and across the 30-yard line, it will be Matt Rodabaugh. Dave Stiles coming up to make the stop. Stiles, biggest man on the Lexington roster at 5'10", 220. There's a look at Ed Moore of Lexington on the brain trust right there. He does not like the way things are going so far for his team. Who can blame him? Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 from the 28. Moyer to give. This is Hort, and Hort's got lots of room.
Nice.
Hort to the 15. Hort near the 10. Before he is stopped. And boy, those 2,000-yard rushers. Brian Friedmansky coming up to make the stop, but boy, Hort is now inside the 15.
Notice how he's cutting back away from the grain here, doing a real nice job of cutback running. And of course, he had 10 touchdowns during the year, and we'll see the quickness here that he shows with this cut right there. Defensive backs are overrunning him, and he comes back. He had 1,000 yards during the regular season.
First down, 10 to go. They're on the 11, so Orangeville can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Schlueter goes in motion to the left. This is Hort again inside the 10, down to about the 8.
Exact same play that they ran before. Fake to the fullback, draw those linebackers inside, and then give to Hort the second man through, and that play did not gain as well as the one prior to it.
Eric Hewer made the stop for Lexington. Pickup of 4. All the action has been with the purple folks.
And a very important part of this, Mike, is that they have not been forced to punt into that win and give up real good field position. So it's really kind of backfired, the idea of deferring on the coin toss at the beginning of the ball game.
They are going into the win now. If you just joined us, second down from the 7. Hort again. Hort. Touchdown, Orangeville.
It's been all James Hort this whole drive here for Orangeville. Some big plays, and of course culminating in that touchdown run. There's a shot right here of Hort, a power play off tackle, followed behind Rodenbaugh, and he just punches his way with some good high knee stepping there, getting into the end zone. Now we get a nice shot from the end zone camera. You can see there Bauer with a nice trap block, and Rodenbaugh leading him up, and he's in the end zone.
Well, the 11th touchdown of the season for James Hort, averages a little less than 6 yards a carry. They're going to go for 2 here on the extra point. There's a good look at James Hort.
Wide open.
Wide open. 2 points for Judd Pulley on the beautiful deception, misdirection, and pass from Jim Moyer. So they'll come back up the field. 2:56 left to go first quarter. Haven't seen much of the Lexington offense, but Orangeville's out ahead 8-0. Well, the quarter has been all Orangeville so far after the turnover. 4 plays, 1:33 on the clock, 32 yards, culminating by the 7-yard run by Hort. We'll take a look at it again. Well, I guess we won't. All right, we'll take the kickoff first. Brian Fridmansky deep, along with Billy Dubois, number 1. The kick from Hort. And it is short into the wind, bounces on the 30. Again, Lexington has trouble picking it up. Lance Benedict coming up with it and falling on it. So Lexington will try to go back to work here. And they have had their problems in the first quarter. They've only run 2 plays. One was a false start and one was a fumble.
They haven't looked real good in the second half, but here's a team that has, and here's a player that has. Jim Hort on the touchdown run. He's the one that brought him down here with a big run off a trap play, and he's done exceptionally well in the first quarter.
Here to the outside, John Thomas, and John Thomas from the 28 gets out to about the 35.
Here's a pass for the 2-point conversion. It was just faked in one direction. He came back to the wingback who was wide open. There wasn't anybody within 25 yards of him in the end zone here, and they picked up their 2-point conversion, go up 8-0.
8-yard gain on the first down play. 2nd and 2. Dameron in motion. In the eye, wedging him out right away to Joe Brown, and Brown close to the first down, but don't know if he got it.
Close enough for a measurement, I was
Scott Setterstrom, Chad Bauer in to make the stop. And from here, we can't tell. No, right away, they'll say it's a good half a yard short. And they're ready to go again on the no-huddle offense. And they set after some moving around. Once again, it's Dameron. This time it's Thomas, and Thomas gets first down yardage and more to the 43. Setterstrom on the stop again, and Lexington has its first down of the ball game.
Running an outside veer here. They're double teaming the tackle, and they're not blocking the defensive end, and he just runs a slant right off that double team on the outside veer, and it picked up real good yardage for him.
Again, they'll come back. We take a look at the Orangeville defense, but Lexington, remember, with the no huddle, runs a lot of plays. They ran 70 last week against Arcola in the semis. This time, nothing happens as Thomas gets driven back by a lot of purple. Judd Pulley leading the charge, along with Chad Bauer.
There's Chad Bauer, number 58, the all-stater from Orangeville, and you can see him peeling off the block and coming up to help out on that tackle on Thomas. And he's been an outstanding player. He's had over 171 assists and solos total-wise for the entire season. Outstanding linebacker.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Thomas. Again, he's stopped. This time, maybe a yard. Dave Zimmerman, 6'3", 260 pounds, coming up to make the play for Orangeville. 3rd down with 15 seconds left to go. This will be Lexington's last play with the wind. It hasn't helped them so much this quarter. To throw. Looking deep. And it's complete. Therian. Touchdown Lexington. Bang, bang. Kevin Therian. What a play.
He certainly took advantage of the wind there. Just laid it up, and Therian ran right under it, and he's only a junior, and he's one of the leading receivers for Lexington During the season, he caught 22 balls for 430 yards and 5 touchdowns, and a big part of it is his average was 19 yards a catch.
Well, 53 yards on that play is going to boost his average even more. Bill Brown to Kevin Therian, and just like that, the Minutemen strike in a second. And they will go for 2. Brown has got Thomas and Du Bois behind him in the eye. Again, Dameron goes in motion. Trying for the tie. Pitch back to Du Bois. Billy Du Bois has got it.
The key to that 2-point conversion was the block of the wide receiver on the cornerback. He stayed with him long enough. So when Du Bois got that pitch, he was able to get into the end zone.
Bill Brown running the option beautifully. We'll take a look at the touchdown pass again. And boy, was this a beauty.
Well, watch Brown get out of trouble here. He drops back and he's flushed out of the pocket, and he throws across his body. But notice how he leads Therian on a post route, and of course the wind did help that, laid it up there, and Kevin Therian shows good speed. Now it runs everybody for that big touchdown.
And we'll see the way Bill Brown works the option here on the 2-point conversion.
And we can see the blocker right there. Great job. Notice how long he must sustain that block for Du Bois to get across into the end zone for that 2-point conversion. Excellent job. The key to that was number 21 making that downfield block, and that was Jeff Derman.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter with the score. Lexington 8, Orangeville 8. Well, a lot of fireworks to end the first quarter, and certainly for Orangeville, it was their quarter up until the last play. 8-8 the score. Lexington now to kick off. Matt Wisdom, number 2. Low the ball, the deep man in the middle. And Schlueter takes it. Brent Schlueter gets up across the 30 to about the 33. Orangeville will go back to work. And let's take this touchdown again. Boy, what a pretty.
This is a great job by Brown here, throwing back across his body, anticipating where Therian's going to be. He lays the ball up on the post route, and he just outruns those defenders. He was originally doing a flag route, and he cut back across the secondary and kind of fooled the defensive backs there. And a great job by Brown at getting the ball up in the air. And you can see right there, that's why they call them the Minutemen. Didn't take them long to score.
They did it on the last play in the first quarter. So first play of the second quarter. This time Orangeville will be working with the wind to its back. Good once again to Hort. James Hort continues to pound. Pat Egan makes the stop. Ball across the 40.
Hort certainly has been the workhorse here. See right there, there's a trap, but Bauer gets shoved right back into Hort on that play as he was attempting to trap.
You can see already Mr. Hort has had himself a nice afternoon or a nice morning. 8 rushes, 46 yards, and a touchdown. From the 41, it's 2nd and 2. This time it's Rodabaugh. Rodabaugh stopped short of the first down. And he's got a lot of company with him. Egan again, number 61. Eric Hewer, number 71. Clock at 10:25. 3rd down, 3 to go.
Orangeville has been moving the ball very well against Lexington. Taking big splits. They've been changing up their play calling system. They've been running traps. They've been running outside. But they've been running extremely well inside the tackles.
3rd down, it's a long 2. In motion, Schlueter again. Second man through, it's Hort, and Hort gets the first down yardage. Goes to the 50-yard line, brought down by Kevin Therian. So again, it'll be a first down for Orangeville.
Notice the fake to the dive back, and they give to the second man through, which is Hort. And with that first initial fake to the lead back, you'll draw the linebackers in, and then there goes Hort, and he's really been the workhorse in this first half with some great second effort.
Ball just short of the 49 now. 1st and 10, 9:41 to play first half. 8-8 tie. And Rodabaugh, boy, he is greeted right there by Friedmansky, Brian Friedmansky. came up to make the fine play for the loss in the backfield. Loss of about 6 yards.
You can see the fake right here, and he just outruns Bauer, who was attempting to trap, and comes up with the big play and forces Orangeville into actually a passing down here now with this long yardage.
Now loss of 5, takes the ball back to the 43. 2nd and 15.
And Moyer's had excellent stats so far in this season. He's completed 62 passes out of 120 attempts for over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns.
And Aaron Olson split to the left. Moyer play action. And very close to an interception. But the ball almost looked like as though it had been tipped.
It was. I think on that pass rush, somebody just grabbed his arm as he was about to throw.
John Thomas had the ball fall in front of him. We'll take a look at it here.
We'll see right here. Watch the backside. Number 61 just turns him around right there, and that's obviously the reason for the incomplete pass.
And once again, it's Mr. Egan. 3rd and 8. Dan Reamer now splits to the left. Up top, Mike Harnish to the right. 3rd and 15. Again, it's Moyer. This time the screen's a Rotobar. He's got some blocking. Oh, loose ball. Lexington says they have it, and they do. It's a well-designed play. Looks like John Derflinger coming up with the ball, number 62.
Well, he wouldn't have had enough for the first down. But you can see him cutting back right here. The ball is kind of away from his body. He's stumbling. That's where he loses it right there. Ball goes forward, and it's kicked back. And there's a mad scramble here.
Well, give it to Aaron Stover. Give the recovery to Aaron Stover. So once again, Lexington has the ball after an Orangeville turnover. The keeper by Brown. Brown across the 50 to the 48-yard line. Brought down by Chad Bauer.
There's the fake, and then the screen back over here. You can see a nice cutback right here, and the ball just comes loose. And there's
Stover making the play. Only the 3rd fumble all season for Orangeville. Yeah, only the 3rd fumble that Orangeville has lost. Let's see what happens to them. Brown still has it on the option.
Oh, Mike, did you see if he hits the ball? There was a mix-up there on the defense, because both people came in on the quarterback, and there was nobody at all on the pitch man. If he had gotten that ball off, it was 6 points.
Jamie Kleckler coming up to make the stop on Brown. There you see his numbers as a rusher. He's also better than the 50% passer. It is a first down from the 41. Thomas and DuBois in the eye. There's Matthew Lewis Thomas, and he is through. Thomas gets away. Bauer finally meets him, but again, first down yardage. Boy, those two fullbacks on either side, they are really banging through the line. First down inside the 30.
And it almost looked like Thomas here on this run. If he had tried to break it outside, he just wants to lower his shoulder and his head and take on the tackler. He could have bounced outside and picked up some extra yardage, but it looked like he wanted to punish the tackler. Let's watch right at the tail end, not right here, but coming up right there. If he had dipped outside, he had an awful lot of running room, but he just wanted to lower that shoulder and take on the tackler.
Well, they're doing it 10, 11 yards at a time. It brings up another first down, this time on the 27. And Lexington to put the ball in play. And remember, they'll start out and then they'll shift. Cameron in motion. Brown still has it. The pitch to DuBois. Billy DuBois in the 20.
What are you pulling for?
DuBois to the 19.
It's a nice job of blocking downfield by number 21, Jeff Dameron. DuBois gets the pitch. You can see the job right there that 21 is doing. That's an excellent job of downfield blocking.
Billy DuBois, one of 3 fine running backs for this team, running out of the tailback slot, averaging close to 5 yards a carry.
And he's not even the starting running back, and he has over 500 yards. They have 3 runners with over 500 yards, and of course DuBois also plays an excellent job of defensive back.
Second down, 1, and again we get a whistle, and Lexington didn't like the setup, and Ed Moore calls a timeout. It's interesting, Moore will tell you that his guys can set up any way they want, then they'll shift it to the actual formation. They'll just come out there sometimes, he doesn't know where they're going to be. But after the shifting, they will set and then run the play. That time, though, took a timeout to really get regrouped. The broadcast rights to today's Class 1A State Football Championship have been granted to Sports Channel by the Illinois High School Association. Any reproduction, rebroadcast of this event without the written consent of Sports Channel and the IHSA is prohibited. I'm Mike Lederman, along with Jack McInerney. Our producer-director Bob Albrecht, a nice warm in the truck. And we hope you're enjoying the first of 6 Illinois High School Association Championships. We're going to bring you today, tonight, and tomorrow.
Some great matchups on today and tomorrow with all these teams down to the final 12. And of course, it's kind of a 2-season situation. You play your first 9 games, and then the playoffs start on this year, for example, on the 1st of November. And the winners to get here had to play another 4 games. So you end up playing 14 games if you get to the state championship, and that's a nice season for a high school team.
In the eye, Thomas the up back, Du Bois, the eye back. Cameron in motion, and Thomas doesn't look like he made it from here. Again, we'll check the spot, but it looked as though the middle of the line, led by Dave Zimmerman and Mike Harnish, colliding to stop. You can see more with the signals. Bruce Weldy, the defensive coordinator, will handle all the defense for them. And the quarterback can check off, so that's a lot of responsibility for a junior. 3rd and 1. The pitch to Du Bois. Damon gave him the block he needed, holding the man so that Du Bois can go for the first down inside the 15-yard line.
The key to that play, of course, there's 2 elements to it. It's the quarterback doing a good read here, which he is on the ride here. And notice he gets the ball to him. And then the next part of it is Dameron downfield, blocking on that corner. He's blocking the man that has the responsibility for the pitch, and allowed Du Bois to pick up the first down.
1st and 10, balls on the 13. Lexington driving.
And the official's time here.
Yeah.
But from a coaching standpoint, Mike, for Orangeville, a lot of people say, well, that could be very confusing. No huddle, and they're jumping all around. But see, the main concern is they will come out. Once they get into that motion, they either go into a pro set, because that man in motion goes to the tight end side, and it's just nothing more than a pro look or a slot. So from a defensive standpoint, that's just a lot of...
Here they go again. 5:59 on the clock, 8-8 tie. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Lexington on the march. Du Bois this time goes inside. Oh, Billy Du Bois. Excellent second effort, gets inside the 10.
He had nothing there, and he just spun off and picked up a couple extra yards. That was a nice effort. You can see Bauer right there, the linebacker. Thomas on him.
Lexington comes back again. Remember, they do not huddle. 2nd and 5 after the pickup of 5. Brown's got it. The pitch to Du Bois again. He's got the hole. Up and over, down to the 1. Well, the sweep right has worked well, and Du Bois almost gets in. He's down at about the 1.
Again, we'll watch the fake right here to the fullback, an option. Quarterback comes down, pitches the ball. Again, Dameron doing a nice job of blocking the man responsible for the pitch, man. And they're on the 1-yard line.
Sedister making the tackle, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Power formation right here. Now they're in the eye. Dameron in motion. Du Bois down Minutemen. Billy Du Bois did the big work on this drive. Goes in from 1 yard out with 5 minutes left to go in the first half to give the Minutemen their first lead of this ball game.
There's the official flag person.
Hey, any excuse to run around is probably welcome down there as far as the cheerleaders are concerned. Here's Matt Wisdom, number 2, to try the point after. Wisdom injured an ankle in the semifinal. Didn't know if he'd be able to kick today, but he's doing it.
He's kicking into a strong wind, but he's 43 for 49 on extra points.
Well, let's make it 44 for 50.
He was just recently named to the All-State team as the kicker.
Well, they'll come back up the field. We'll take a short break with the score. Lexington 50. Lexington, after Orangeville scored the first touchdown, Lexington has come back with two. The last one, a 1-yard run from Billy DuBois to put the Minutemen out ahead 15-8. There's Matt Wisdom. He will kick. Matt Rodabaugh in the middle. Reamer to the bottom of your picture. And Schleter, number 20, at the top. Well, let's put the ball back on the tee. While they're doing that, let's take a look at this touchdown run again. And this is the man who scored it, Billy DuBois.
Number 1, Billy DuBois in the tailback position on the touchdown. It's just a little toss. And we got a problem. We'll come back to this. You can see DuBois telling everybody how he did it on the sidelines.
Nah, he's probably thanking his teammates for making all those stand-up blocks. There's Billy. And here is Wisdom to kick it off. This is Schleter at the 27. And Schleter gets across the 35-yard line. 4:54 to go, and the wind has really picked up right here. Stopped by Lance Benedict, and now we'll take a look at that touchdown.
You got an angle here that the linesman sees. You can see the pitch right there to DuBois. He cuts back all the way back against the grain. When he got that pitch, he was beyond the tackle. You can see he's beyond the tackle, and there's a cutback right there. Nice effort. He finds the seam to get into the end zone and does his little celebration.
Well, now Orangeville trailing for the first time in this game with 4:39 to go. We'll start with decent field position again, working with the wind from their own 37. And James brought down by Benedict. Here's a good look at Lance.
There's Hort, good shot being led by Rodenbaugh. Picks up a nice gain, about 3 or 4 yards.
Second down, call it a long 6. Clock under 4 minutes. The Class 1A championships. These are two teams that made the semifinals last year. Neither made the finals. This year both teams did. Second down play. Here's backfield. Motion Schleter. And this is Hort again. Hort breaking tackles across midfield. Boy, he is running strong. Rob Culbertson, number 75, on the stop, along with Derek Weinzierl. Culbertson, 5'9", 198.
Well, you can see on that play, they fake to the fullback, a dive back, and then they give the second back through. It's a belly play, and it's been the most effective play against Lexington in this first half. They've gotten big yardage out of it with Jimmy Hort running the ball, number 34, 177-pound senior.
Ball in Lexington territory on the 49. Clock running at 3:25, 1st and 10. Hort again. Boy, look at him go. Saving tackle by Brian Friedmansky.
A little gimpy there coming up.
Yeah, Hort is coming off.
Just a power play off tackle right here. You can see the nice cutback. You can see right there where it looks like he twisted his ankle a little bit. He comes off the field.
Mike Wenger, a 6 foot, 191-pound sophomore, comes in. Bring up a second down, about 1. Clock running now at 2 minutes 40. Orangeville with the ball, trailing 15-8. The Broncos opened up the scoring. Lexington's come back with 2 straight touchdowns. And hold up, whistle here. Let's see what this is all about.
This will be a big play against them.
Delay of game.
That really hurts when they had 1 yard to go for first down. Now they got 6.
2nd and 1 turns into 2nd and 6. They've only got, what, 25 seconds to run it.
And they also have their best ball carrier right there on the sideline, taping that ankle up. Now Moyer's thrown the ball well all season, as we mentioned before. They haven't thrown at all one pass in the first half here, and the time winding down, we might see him go up top here.
2nd down, 6 yards to go. And it's Schleter in motion. Moyer. Oh! It's Friedmansky.
Foot race.
Ryan Friedmansky in the foot race now. And Moyer brings him down. But it's going to be 1st and 10, Lexington inside the 25. Oh, Brian Friedmansky, he knew that play was coming.
He had a great angle on it, just cut right underneath the receiver, and if he had a little more speed, it would have been 6 right down the sideline. See the fake here, he turns, he's looking the whole time. Great angle there by the camera, and also a great angle by Friedmansky to cut underneath that receiver. And this is really a good job by Moyer saving that tackle, that touchdown saving tackle right there.
38-yard interception return, 1st and 10, Lexington. Inside the 25 of Orangeville. The pitch back, Dubois. Billy's got Brown chasing him, and Billy Dubois gets a first down inside the 10-yard line. Mike Wenger coming up to make the stop. Boy, how quickly this can turn around.
Let's take a look at it. There's the pitch of Dubois. He had to wait a little bit on the ball, but you can see right there, Dameron downfield. The coaches that are watching this game will really appreciate the effort of the blocking downfield by those receivers, because that is what's really making these plays happen, is the wide receivers are taking on those people that have the pitch man, and they're locking on them, and they're doing a heck of a job blocking.
I'll check it. They haven't moved the chains yet. Let's see what the story is here. It looks like we have a flag down.
Could be a late hit, would be half the distance.
They were talking Orangeville. Let's see what happens. Steve is the referee. Clock's at 1:56. Looks like it's a personal foul.
We have a dead ball. Personal foul, late hit, defense.
Well, you called it, Jack. See if we can pick it up here.
Let's see, right here, he's stumbling, his knee is down, he's down. Here comes Boyer, 58, Bauer. There it is, right there. And Chad Bauer, a little too anxious to get it on the play. All-state linebacker for Orangeville.
1st and goal on the 3. Dubois. Excellent play by Orangeville, coming up to make the stop. Mike Harnish to break into the backfield and drop Dubois for a loss.
Now this is the exact same play that Dubois scored on earlier here, where he cut back against the grade, but the difference in this one is there was good penetration by the backside defensive line of Orangeville to come up and fill those seams and make the play.
Mike Harnish, a senior 6-footer. Clock at 1:17. The pitch back, Dubois going left. And Billy Dubois got another touchdown.
And there's the guy that made the block again, number 21, Jeff Dameron, blocking on that cornerback and just staying after him so Dubois can turn that corner. And of course, with him locking onto that guy, he can't come up to take the pitch man. Let's see if we can see it right in here. You'll see right there. Number 83 is responsible for the pitch, but Dameron's got him tied up so much that he can't come up and make the play. And of course, Dubois just gets inside the corner of the end zone.
1 minute, 11 seconds left to go in the first half. And Matt Wisdom's coming on to try to make this a 22-8 ball game. Wisdom's kick is low, but gets over the crossbar. So Lexington now has scored 22 straight points and will kick off with 1 minute, 11 seconds left to go. And the Minutemen are scoring by the second, Jack.
They really are. That first quarter, they came out and they didn't look very good. They looked out of sync, but they certainly in the second quarter have come back and have done extremely well.
Couldn't have been a long road trip, you think?
Right there's the option, the fake to the fullback, the pitch. Dubois gets the ball, and of course out in front of him was Jeff Dameron, number 21, making the block on the cornerback, and Dubois finds the corner of the end zone right there and gets in for the touchdown.
3 plays, 22 yards, 56 seconds on the drive. And you're looking at your deep men again. Rodabaugh Reamer and Schlieder. Now Schlieder's in the middle. Rodebar's at the top of your picture. And Wisdom fires it. It's going to go toward Rodebar's side, but it's short kick taken by one of the young men. And it's Aaron Olson, number 31. Dameron makes the stop. And Orangeville will have one more shot at it in the first half. Here's the touchdown again.
Fake to the fullback, a real quick pitch to the tailback, and of course there's the great job by the wide receiver blocking on the corner, and there's DuBois just getting right into the corner of that end zone.
Well, with only 58 seconds and counting, Orangeville now has very little time to work here in the first half. It will be go without saying that they'd like a little.
As we mentioned, he's got 12 touchdown passes, and of course that's 7 interceptions. When you throw it 120 times, that's not too bad. It's 62 completions. That's a pretty good ratio.
21 seconds left to go in the first half. 3rd and 6. Let's see what Brian Benning calls here for the Broncos of Orangeville. Moyer looking for Rodebar. Flushed out of the pocket. He's got a first down. Goes out of bounds with 12 seconds to go. Just this side of midfield at the 49. Run out of bounds by Billy DuBois.
Good job of coverage. There's Moyer's running stats for the season. 5 touchdowns, so with 85 yards, you can tell most of those were very short quarterback sneaks for those 5 scores. He wants to throw the ball deep, but he's flushed out of the pocket right here. Good coverage there by Lexington, so he's forced to scramble, and he's smart enough to pick up the first down and get out of bounds.
12 seconds to go. 1st and 10 from the 49. Got time for maybe 2 plays. Moyer's got room to run, but he's looking all the way down. Complete. Looks like the Reamer, no, broken up at the last minute. What's the call?
Well, one of them's marking the ball. It's a completion with 3 seconds left on the clock.
Harnish, the receiver, Mike Harnish made the catch. Yeah, sure was a good catch. Aaron Stover on the cover. Let's take a look.
He really is open here. You can see the defensive back just turned the wrong direction. And there's a good effort, a good fight for that football, but he comes down with it. Now they've got 1 play here and I'm sure they'll be going for 6.
32-yard pass play right there. Good throw by Moyer. And Mike Harnish making the catch. Harnish has 5 touchdowns this season. That one takes them to the 13-yard line of Lexington, but with only 3 seconds to go.
You've got 1 play. Now remember the play that they ran for the extra point, Mike. They went into a 1-back with a double wing. They faked the pitch in one direction, and he just whirled and threw back, and he was wide open. I wouldn't be surprised if they do come out in the 1-back here, either in a double slot look more than the wing. The wing is really a tight formation, keeps everybody in, and the slot might spread them out.
Here's Ed Moore on the sideline. Sorry, Jack.
And they'll come back, I think, with that formation, because they do only have 1 play here, and I think they're going to have to put it up. Of course, Moyer does have the win.
They also have a field goal kicker. But, you know, when you're down by this much, you really want to get 6 on the board. All right, here we go. 3 seconds to go. The ball's on the 13-yard line.
I think it's a flood down here.
Looking for Reamer, number 83. A little inside pitch. Brought down by Pat Egan. Is Brent Schlieder to close off the first half. And Lexington holds off Orangeville. Well, both teams will take a break right here. So will we. That's halftime at the Class 1A championship with the score Lexington 22. And Orangeville came on the board first with a touchdown, make it 8-0. Lexington comes back with 22 straight. And as we go to the second half, look very much in control of this one. It'll be a championship for Ed Moore and the Lexington Minutemen, maybe.
Well, you know, they really looked kind of shabby in that first quarter. Orangeville controlled the football, but then after that, Lexington really did turn into the Minutemen because they put a lot of points on the board in the second quarter.
Yeah, starting with that big pass play to Kevin Therian to end the first quarter, then 2 more touchdowns by Billy Dubois in the second quarter. Defensively, it seems they've tightened up, especially if James Horst got a bad ankle. That's not going to help Orangeville.
It really isn't going to help them, and neither team has really put the ball up in the air. It's been the running game, and Lexington's looked awful good this second quarter.
That one pass, boy, that was a thing of beauty. All right, Jack, you got a guess coming up at halftime. We'll be back with more right here in Bloomington Normal.
This is Don Robinson with the Illinois High School Football Association. And Don, give us a little recap of what you think the season's been thus far from August 15th right up till November 23rd here with the state championships.
Well, Jack, first of all, thanks Sports Channel for being back. We really appreciate you being here. The football season has been, I haven't seen a lot of statistics yet, but we've had some great kids in Illinois again this year. The weather has been more south of Interstate 80 anyhow. We've had some great weather downstate to play football this year. I was watching the quarterfinal round, it was 52 degrees, so when we get that kind of weather, it's just a matter of the coaching and the kids, and my opinion is we've had a real good year.
Well, we really have. From a coaching standpoint, I know all season long all the coaches have talked about this is probably the best weather that we can remember in the last 10 years. You know, kind of interesting, I was thinking back to the first round of the playoffs this year and all the major upsets that we had. St. Rita being knocked off, Homewood Flossmoor. Has this increased the attendance or the enthusiasm for the playoffs when teams go down that early?
Well, I think really it has. It increases the enthusiasm for those teams who were expected to get beat by Homewood, Flossmoor, and St. Rita and those people. So, yeah, as we look at the Lexington crowd today, you know, we couldn't have sold another ticket in Lexington because they've sold them all there. So I think with the pairings that we were lucky enough to make this year, we just had some great football games from the first round right on till today.
Well, Dan, you're a former official, and of course you've been in the game for years and years. What do you see now, since the state playoffs first started back in the early 70s, what do you see has been the transition or the real changes up to now as we approach the 90s?
Well, I think certainly there has been a major emphasis from the early 70s when conference championships were what teams played for. Right now, I hear coaches talking about qualifying more than I hear them talking about conference championships, and I'm not sure that's good for each school's program, but it's certainly good for football in the state of Illinois. As we get 6 and 3 teams in, and we've still got 2 or 3 of them left, they're fine football teams, come from fine conferences, and I think probably the major thing that has happened from the football playoffs is the recognition of good programs and good coaches and the outstanding kids we've got in the state of Illinois. That probably has been the trend. I think we see kids pass a lot more because of what they see other teams doing around the Midwest. But as far as the football is concerned, I would say simply that the recognition that the teams are getting now is probably the big thing I've seen happen.
Well, you know, those are things that we also feel from the coaching standpoint, the passing game. And, of course, you people staying on top of the game has given us another official back there, which we've gone to a 5-man crew over the years. And so that certainly has been a big change over the years. But, Dan, I'd like to thank you and the Illinois High School Football Association for doing such a great job with high school football and bringing us the state championships. And I appreciate you being with me here at halftime.
Thanks, Jack. We appreciate being here. Thank you.
Well, right after this timeout, we'll be back with the first half highlights.
The Illinois High School State Finals continue here on Sports Channel. Halftime, you see the score of the Class 1A Championship. Lexington 22, Orangeville 8. Orangeville actually got on the board first, Jack, and they looked like the team that was really going to walk away with this one.
They really moved the ball down the field in the first quarter. They just dominated the game, and of course the young man that did most of the domination for him was Jim Hort, 5'9", 177-pound senior. And there he goes in for the first and only touchdown.
Last play of the first quarter, Lexington really got on the board with a bang.
Well, we'll see right here. Brown moves out and lays the ball up, anticipating that cut by Therian, and he just outruns the defenders for the first touchdown for Lexington in about a 59-yard pass play.
Billy Dubois for Lexington here in the second quarter gets a lot of help from his blockers.
Well, he made a nice cutback against the grain there to pick up that first touchdown.
And following the interception by Friedmansky, Dubois again.
On the option fake right there, Mike, he gets outside, he finds his way into the corner of the end zone.
Boy, he certainly knows how to hit inside that marker. Billy Dubois is doing a job, so are the rest of the Minutemen. It's 22-8 here as we get ready to start things in the third quarter. You can see Orangeville, boy, they started out, lost the ball on downs, got it back on a turnover, went in for the score. But right at the end of the first quarter, that last play, that 53-yard pass reception from Brown to Kevin Therian, that really turned this game around.
Well, you know, the interesting part of the first half stats is that Orangeville had the ball for almost 15 minutes, and Lexington had it for 8. And yet, that's why they call them the Minutemen, I guess, because they put the points on the board when they had to, and very quickly.
All right, we'll be back with the second half kickoff in just a minute. 22-8, there's the score as we get ready for the third quarter kickoff. Well, it certainly looks like Lexington could blow this out as we take a look at the stats, and it just shows how deceiving statistics can be. Look at that time of possession, as you said, Jack.
Well, it's really incredible. Of course, it's really evenly matched there, but the key part of it is that Orangeville controlled the ball the entire first quarter. Lexington had 2 actual plays, and one of them was a fumble in the first quarter, and then that second quarter was all of a sudden Lexington said, well, now we're going to show you what got us here.
Yeah, and they sure did. Absolutely. I think that certainly the interception by Friedmansky, which took a lot of steam out of Orangeville, that's really something that the Broncos are going to have to try to surmount, because there they were possibly driving for the tying touchdown, and wham, next thing you know, they're down 22-8. Take a look there at the Orangeville coach, Brian Benning. Brian in his 5th year. We'll take a look at that interception now and watch Friedmansky, number 20. He read this play perfectly.
He really did. It was a nice job by the defensive back. Technically comes underneath the receiver, picks the ball off with a good stretch, and with a little extra speed here, he was right down the sideline, but Moyer really makes a nice play, taking the angle away from him here. He'll come right into your screen here, gets under control, and forces him to make a cut, and he makes the tackle. That's a not game-saving touchdown, but certainly did stop him from going all the way on that play.
Brian, a 5'10" junior, also doubles as a running back. Remember, these are the Class 1A schools. You're looking over at Lexington's bench right there, and a lot of players play both ways. These are schools with enrollments, maybe about 150, 160 kids. And they put a team on the field, and they put some very good competitive teams on the field.
Well, you know, it's interesting. During their seasons, they have a lot of traveling to do between the schools that they play, because they're in the rural areas, and there's a lot of traveling time between these the different towns that they go to play.
Especially Orangeville. It's a very rural community, a lot of farming people. And that's up there up north, about 60 miles east of Iowa and about 50 miles south of Madison, Wisconsin. You're looking at Ed Moore of Lexington. Of course, they're right up the road here, about 10, 15 miles from Normal.
We passed them on our way here from Chicago, and of course, Moore, as I mentioned in our pregame, was a quarterback on their last undefeated team in 1973, and he's come back to coach his alma mater into the state championship game.
Been here 5 years, been in the playoffs 4 times. Not a bad record.
Bet he gets some good discounts in town.
Of course, we remind you that we're going to be carrying all the championships here, the 1A through 6A. Tom Stocker and Bill Gorley are going to be here right after we take off and bring you the 2A. This afternoon, we'll have the 3A and 4A. All live, and tomorrow, 5A and 6A matchups. We'll be bringing you the 5A game, and that should be a good one between Mount Carmel and Notre Dame and Niles.
The Chicago State Championship game.
Sirree. First time in a while that the Chicago area has been represented in that 5A. And of course, we've got a lot of Bulls basketball here for you on Sports Channel. Next game comes your way Sunday night, 10:30. The Bulls visit the LA Arena to battle with the Los Angeles Clippers. Bulls basketball Sunday night at 10:30 on Sports Channel. Jack, I don't know if you heard, they got Danny Manning in the doctor's office. They think he might be ready to play by next week. Maybe not by the Bulls game, but boy, that'd be good news if Danny Manning can rehabilitate that knee quickly and come back after really what could have been a devastating injury for him.
Well, I'm sure it'd be good for the owners too. They make that kind of a big-time money investment.
Yeah, when you look at that kind of injury he had, right away there was fear that he wouldn't be able to play again. I just hope he doesn't come back too soon, because that's what really could be worse than anything. Here's Matt Wisdom. He has been injured the last couple of weeks. He turned an ankle in the semifinal and pulled a groin muscle. We understand he re-injured that earlier in the first half, but he's out there. Heck, it's his last game, and he doesn't want to miss this.
Well, he's been a 4-year kicker for Lexington, and of course we talked to Coach Moore before the game, and just yesterday Wisdom was selected to the all-state team as the kicker. He has excellent stats, but again, having that bum ankle, but he's performed quite well so far in the first half.
Reamer, and Schleter, the deep man, and this goes to Matt Rodabaugh, goes into his end zone. He's got to run it. No, they say momentum carried him into the end zone, and that's a lucky break for Orangeville right there, because there was a lot of Lexington folks ready to pin him down on either side of the goal line.
Of course, in high school football, they're not allowed to run the ball out of the end zone, so the ball automatically comes out to the 20-yard line. And in this case, very fortunate for Orangeville.
That's an interesting call, because he might have actually, when he bobbled it, stepped back in, but luckily for Orangeville, the officials didn't see it that way. Okay, Orangeville on the attack from their own 20, trailing 22-8. Again, a very stiff wind in front of them. This is Matt Rodabaugh. Rodabaugh trying to go right side. He gets about 3 yards, brought down by Lance Benedict. Benedict playing a fine game over at that left defensive end spot.
Rodabaugh through the season has been their big threat. He's the leading scorer with 22 touchdowns, and he has 1,600, almost 1,700 yards rushing, and of course at 5'6", 155 pounds, he's really their breakaway threat. But James Hort has been the big workhorse in the first half so far.
Second down, 7. Ball's in the 23. Schleter goes in motion to the left. This is Hort. Hort, bad ankle and all, gets first down yardage, comes out to the 32. He's brought down by John Brent and Dave Stiles.
We get a good shot of that 4-4 defense, and number 71, Eric Hewer. And of course, there's Hort, and that play's been very successful throughout the first half for Orangeville. That belly play, he's had a great day. What a day to have over 100 yards in the state championship game.
First and 10. Ball's on the 33. And coming out, it's Rodabaugh, stopped by Benedict again. I think Benedict has made Rodabaugh his own personal property right here.
Here's the handoff right now. The first back through. The 2 plays prior to that, they faked to him and gave it to the second back in the belly, and there they gave it to the lead back. And of course, Benedict is in on that play, and he's only a junior, and he'll be coming back next year for Coach Moore.
Caught a loss of 1, so second down and 11. Swing back, Rodabaugh. This is Rodabaugh on the sweep. Rodabaugh short of the 40-yard line. He's brought down by Billy DuBois.
This is a quick pitch. He gets the tackle out in front of him right there, number 73. That's big Dean Briggs, 6'1", 207-pound senior. And he does come up short of the first down.
Dean's twin brother Brian plays the other tackle spot, so you got Briggs and Briggs on either side.
They're both over 200 pounds.
Dean's a little taller at 6'1". All right, 3rd and 3. Another key down for the Broncos of Orangeville. Working into the wind, and Hort trying to get to that marker, looks to be a little short. And once again, it's Eric Hewer making the stop.
Let's look at number 30 right here at the bottom of your screen. You can see it's a double team. Number 61, Scott Sederstrom, double teaming on Benedict, and they pancake him right on his back. That was a double team with number 61 in the center. Brandon Rote, number 51. They did a nice job, and of course, they picked up the first down.
Not by much, but all you need is the nose of the ball, and that's about what Orangeville had. So, 1st and 10, very important play for Orangeville on this first drive of the second half. 9 minutes, 16 seconds to go, trailing 22-8 after scoring the first points of the game.
Yeah, this could be a big morale booster if they could drive down the field and score here, get them right back in the ball game early.
Very little gain right there, the right side of the line coming up, led by Culberson.
Trying to draw those linebackers inside with that belly action where they faked the first back in, and that would draw the linebackers in, and then they give it to the second back. But that also allows the offensive line to get better angles on those people as they're drawn into that dive back. They get better angles and be able to cut off those linebackers.
Your backs, Fort to the right, Rodabaugh to the left. Sleater in motion. And the inside,
he's got room.
It goes to Rodabaugh, gets the block he needs. Matt Rodabaugh's got the boys to beat. He beats him, touchdown Orangeville.
Little shuffle pass off the bootleg action. Big play. And we mentioned that Rodabaugh was their game breaker, having scored 22 touchdowns coming into this game. And it's interesting, they call that a reception even though it was behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, the ball was thrown forward. Dallas shuttle play, and of course the Bears used to use it on third down a lot with Dennis Gentry usually. And there Matt Rodabaugh going about 57 yards on that one. And right away, Orangeville's right back in this game.
There's their double wing formation.
Trying for 2 points here.
Now they got him open again. Wide open.
Again, Harnish.
Same play, but in the opposite direction.
If you ain't broke, don't fix it. Mike Harnish again. And just like that, it's a 22-16 game. A lightning bolt from the Broncos. Well, we'll get ready for the kickoff. 8 minutes, 7 seconds left to go. The Class 1A game is a tussle again. Breaking onto the scoring column at the beginning of the second half, just the way they did in the first half, and it's a 22-16 ball game, and here's the touchdown.
Watch the action here. It's a bootleg and then a shuffle pass to the wingback coming underneath, and a good block downfield here by their all-stater, Bauer, and there goes Rodenbaugh. Now, DuBois makes a lunge at him here, but he can't make the play, and Matt Rodenbaugh scores his 23rd touchdown of the season.
The block on Stover sprung him, and then he beat DuBois for the touchdown. The Orangeville kickoff taken by the up man Thomas, and Thomas, good field position here across the 35. Let's take a look at the conversion. 2 points again.
Watch the fake, the pitch right here, and he comes back the other way and turns and looks back. And as it was in the first quarter with this play when they went for 2 points after the touchdown, it was wide open again. In the first quarter, they went to the left. This time they came back with the same play to the right. The fake there to draw the defensive secondary over, and the tight end and the wingback switch here, and he's wide open for the 2-point conversion.
All right, here's Lexington from their own 37-yard line. Wind at their back. To throw is Brown. Looking deep. And it's complete.
Great catch.
What an incredible catch by Dameron. Jeff Dameron taking the ball just outside the 30-yard line. Great catch by Dameron, the 5'8" senior.
We'll see the option fake here to the fullback, and he just beats the corner. And that was just a great catch. Great concentration.
37-yard reception. And boom, just like that, Lexington is knocking on the door from the 30-yard line of Orangeville. Dameron comes in motion here to the near side. Stacked up immediately, though, is Thomas. It looked like Scott Setterstrom not only knew the snap count, but knew what color shorts
Well,
the backfield was wearing.
When they line a fullback up that close to the line of scrimmage, the way Lexington does, if those offensive linemen don't get those guys off the ball, he's going nowhere.
No gain on the play. Second down, 10 from the 31. Actually lost about a half a yard. Again, Brown to throw. Looking across for Dameron, right into the sun, and Dameron makes another fine catch. Jeff Dameron with Hort right on him, making the play. And again, he's looking right up into the sun, and that made that play even tougher.
Well, he's just running like an arrow route or a bench route, getting right out there. That's an excellent throw, but what's better about that is the great hands catch that he made. Just extending those hands. A lot of times the kids want to jump up and use their bodies to cradle the football in, but he has enough confidence in himself that he just gets those hands up there and it sticks right in there. That was an excellent catch.
Ball's at the 22-yard line, gain of 7. Third down and about 3. Brown got it off. Du Bois, ball's loose. Du Bois covers it.
They're going to call, I believe,
the ball dead.
An incomplete pass. It was a forward lateral. We'll see right here. It's a counter option, and nobody blocks the backside. You can see he was being driven back as he pitched the ball forward.
Awfully close.
Real close.
Now the officials call it a forward pass. It's an incompletion. We'll take a look at it again. You can't tell from this angle, but the officials rule it a forward pass. Good thing it wasn't the NFL that Mr. Brown would have been definitely in the grass.
Or we'd be up here waiting for the replay.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of thing they really can't tell all that well with Bears Green Bay games accepted.
There's Brown's stats. Not too bad for 3 completions, but they're 2 big plays in there with that 1 big touchdown in the second quarter.
Jack, Lexington's called a timeout here. 4th down. About 3 yards to go. A short 3, long 2. With the win, 5:49 to go. You're leading 22-16. Your field goal kicker's hurt. It'd be quite a boot anyway, although with the wind, he could probably do it. Looks like they're going to go for 6.
Well, I think that
for the first down, I should say.
If he was healthy, they'd probably be kicking it, because with this wind, it's almost blowing us off the top of the roof here. He was well in his range. Remember, he's an all-state kicker. He's got excellent stats, but he's injured, as we mentioned several times in the broadcast. So he's going to be going for the first down here, and he's going for the throat. He wants to get Orangeville out of this game.
Hey, Hoops fans, Monday night's the first regular season game for the DePaul Blue Demons, and you'll catch all the action live on Sports Channel. Bill Bradshaw and I will bring it to you beginning at 7:30. DePaul takes on Hartford from the Rosemont Horizon. Well, DePaul almost pulled off an upset in the NIT, coming within a whisker of it. Here's 4th down and 2 from the 23-yard line. 2 setbacks, Du Bois and Thomas. Dameron goes in motion to the right. Brown, the pitch to Du Bois. It's worked all day, and it works now. Du Bois to the 14-yard line. Brought down.
Nice call there, running the option, giving yourself some alternatives here. See the just sprint out option right there, and he gets out the ball to Du Bois. Again, you can see number 21 doing a great job on the cornerback, and Du Bois picks up that big first down, and Lexington's driving again.
Pulley and Rodabaugh came in to stop him, so it's first down, 10 to go. Ball's on the 14. Theory had split to the left. Dameron in motion to the right. Brown to throw, looking for Therian.
And Therian just hedged a little bit there, took his eye off the ball because the safety was coming in for a big-time collision there.
Well, Matt Hazard, number 10. There's Matt, second-string quarterback. But he's the...
Let's watch Hazard right here from the safety position coming right in, and I think that the eye was just taken off of that football just for a split second. Looking at Hazard, that was just enough to lose it.
Catching the ball for Kevin Therian, so it's now second down. This time they go straight ahead. And Brown gets a couple of yards. Well, maybe give him 5, and we have a player down. Looks like Chad Bauer for Orangeville. Let's double check it. Yeah.
Looks like an ankle.
Chad's brother Greg's up here with us, helping us spot. Along with Ben Cale for Lexington.
That'll be a big loss for Orangeville because he not only is an outstanding linebacker and holds that defense together, but he's a very important, integral part of that offensive line. And he does most of the trapping on their offense.
Leading tackler defensively, and there's Chad. You're not going to take me out. No way.
But he will have to go out for one play.
No. It's nice to see he's walking under his own steam, so he'll head off, and maybe the same person who put Hort back together will do a little job on Chad Bauer, and Chad will be back soon. Meanwhile, 3rd and 5. Ball inside the 10. Brown has the option. Not going anywhere this time. Good play.
Well, the difference on that play was they came up and took the pitch man away, and he didn't have anything that couldn't go anywhere with the football.
Dan Reamer, Mike Harnish making the play. The fake here to DuBois.
Now we'll see right up in the screen there, coming up on the perimeter, somebody came up on the pitch man, so he could not give him the football. A wise choice here by Brown to hang on to it.
Well, now Wisdom will try the field goal from about the 14, so it'll be a 24-yarder with the wind at his back, blowing from his right to his left. And he's really a chip shot from that.
It is. He's kicked 4 out of 5 attempts as field goals, but the big thing is he's completed 44 out of 50 extra points.
This one's blocked, though. Looked like Harnish came in. Looked like Mike Harnish came in and really smacked it right back in Matt Wisdom's face. Mike Harnish, number 82, with a super play, along with Dave Zimmerman. I believe, though, it was Harnish who got a hand on it, and we'll be able to tell from the replay. Boy, that's a real big lift for Orangeville.
Right from the middle, right there,
yeah.
Coming from the outside. Great hustle right there. And that really fired up the Lexington crowd. I think we have everybody from Lexington here in front of us. Place is packed with Lexington fans, only 17 miles from Bloomington Normal.
But I tell you, the Orangeville people, they've made a long journey down. They're right in front of us, and they're screaming. They love it. Ball comes out to the 20. Orangeville now trying to get something going. Lexington's is not so fast, and James Hort gets, a couple of yards. Before he stopped up in there by John Thomas. See the clock coming up to the 4-minute mark. Orangeville has scored the only points of the second half and now come within 22 to 16. Lexington's field goal attempt blocked. Well, how often do you say that? This looks like an easy one, and whammo, right back in your face.
The coaches were trying not to tell that to the kids at halftime, but it wasn't over.
Leader in motion for Gill. Ball's on the ground. Again, the ball is loose, and it looks like Lexington has fallen on it. Are they in bounds, though? Lexington says that they have it. Brian Friedmansky, I believe, number 20. Brian on the spot, who intercepted the pass earlier in the first half. Yes, it is. Oh, boy. He's got a penalty. Got a personal foul against Orangeville, too. Wow, is this game like the Tide, huh?
Well, Lexington certainly is getting excellent field position here.
Orangeville making all sorts of great efforts, blocking that field goal and then tossing up the ball in the first play. There's Brian Friedmansky. He has had a game and a half on defense. The fumble recovery, the interception. Only a 16-year-old junior. He'll be back. And the personal foul means half the distance. And Lexington has got it on the Orangeville doorstep now with 3:36 to go.
A change of possession, a dead ball foul on the defense. First down.
Boy, this official is right out of the NFL. He does a great job, doesn't he? Telling the fans exactly what's happening.
Mike Stevers is calling it. Right now, clock starts to run. 3.5 minutes to go. Lexington, a little more than 10 yards from another score. Brown, the pitch to DuBois. What a shake and bake move inside the 5. Billy DuBois brought down by Matt Hazard, the safety, number 10. And Judd Pulley, the linebacker. Let's see that penalty again. Here's Szymanski.
Great camera work here. We see the possession right there. There's your late hit coming in after he had gained possession and he was down. And that's how they picked up that half the distance.
Back live now, second down. 2 yards to go. They need to go to the 1 for a first down. Brown real quick straight up to give to Thomas, and Thomas to the 1. And we'll see Chad Bowers back.
There's Chad Bowers, an all-state linebacker. Let's see him slide in there. They're trying to wall him off, but he does get into the play.
Now we're going to get a timeout for a measurement. Clock shows 2:28 left to go.
It'd be nice to have 4 downs here for Lexington within a half a yard of the goal line.
Here comes the
now, what does he do here, Mike? Does he go for the first down, or does he go for the touchdown?
There's a question only a coach can answer.
But I'll tell you what, I'd love to have this decision they have about 2nd down and 3rd, and say, what should I do here? What's our best half-yard play to get a touchdown and a first down?
Well, I guess we're going to find out. Well, actually, we're not going to have to worry about it. Ed Moore goes for a little bit of the water. Lexington now with 4 cracks at the goal line from inside of a yard. Orangeville backed up. The boys going for touchdown number 3.
It's interesting, they never run that play in the middle of the field. They run it down here. It's just the quick toss in the eye, and he finds that seam to cut back in. That's the only time they've run this play the entire ball game is down here on the 1-yard line.
Now, it's interesting, too. Billy DuBois usually splits his time with Derek Weinzierl at that tailback spot. Weinzierl, though injured his ankle in the semifinal, has been playing, but only on defense. It's given DuBois some more time back there, and he certainly made the most of it.
He's an outstanding athlete, very versatile.
Scored 2 touchdowns in the semi. He's got 3 today. Here's Wilson's try for point. This one goes right through. Well, Orangeville's got only itself to blame right here. They had the good play. They made the block of the field goal and then coughed the ball up, and now it's 29-16.
You can see right there is the pitch. DuBois trying to stretch the defense, and then he looks for a lane to cut up in. Gets those shoulders running north and south, and he finds that lane and lowers the shoulders and gets in for the touchdown. His 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Not bad for a junior. 5'10", 148-pounder.
3 plays, 11 yards, a minute 33. And now once again a commanding 29-16 lead for Lexington.
There's a good close-up of Billy DuBois, whichever pronunciation you prefer.
That's Blanche Dubois and Billy DuBois. But Blanche isn't playing today. Wisdom will kick it off. Once again, Orangeville with Schlueter in the middle. This one's taken in front of him by Rodabaugh. Matt Rodabaugh across the 20. 25. And dropped down. Jeff Dameron brings him down. Well, Orangeville will start again. There we are. There's our little position back here, high atop the press box. Hello, folks.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Our right end zone camera picking us up, and there's the scene right here with our technicians trying to anchor their feet to the roof. Good crowd out here. Meanwhile, first down for Orangeville from their own 25-yard line. Moyer, a give for Hort, about a yard. Friedmansky on the stop. Heading into the final minute here in the 3rd quarter, a good look there at Moyer. 6'3", 177-pound senior. 9 yards to go for the first down. 29-16, Orangeville with the ball. They trail. Throw the ball, trying to sweep again. Gets one block. Benedict picks him up near first down yardage.
I think what's going to happen here in this next 49 seconds with the clock running, once the ball is changed directions for Orangeville, I think we're going to start seeing Jim Moyer put the ball up a little more. He certainly has the stats with over 1,000 yards passing and 12 touchdowns, 62 completions out of 120 attempts. But I think the coach is waiting for that win, and he's going to start putting it up a little bit.
Well, they'll need to run one more play, but it'll be a big one because it's a 3rd and 1 play. There's Brian Benning. Well, when Brian Benning started, there was nothing in the program. No weights, no training. He's put it all in, and they made the semifinals 2 years running. Here they're in the finals. Final play of the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 1. Ford is stopped short.
Now, see, I'd call a timeout real fast right here, forcing the punt into the wind, but I think we're going to lose it because this win is a factor for the punting game.
Well, deep in your own end zone, he was deep in your own zone rather. He was driven back as about a yard. Let's take a look at this again and watch the Lexington defense right here.
Running a little bit of the Michigan State defense with that man angled over the center, and they stopped the play. And right at that point, if they would have got a timeout, they would have forced Orangeville to kick into a very strong wind and could have got very excellent field position.
Well, they're going to need about a yard. Ford, they give him a generous spot, and it's less than a yard. It's maybe a foot. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll take a break right here. Be back for the final 12 minutes of action. Stay with us. Another one of those key points in the ball game is upon us. 4th down, a little more than a foot to go. The team with the ball, Orangeville, trails by 2 touchdowns and a point. And they are going for it from their own 34-yard line. Straight ahead. 20 to spare. Moyer on the sneak. First down across the 40.
I think we could see that coming all the way. They stayed in their even defense. That linebacker was about 3 yards off. Let's look right there in that circle. You can see the linebacker's 3 yards off the football, and all he needed was a half a yard, and the quarterback wisely chose to run it right up inside.
Brandon Roth, the center, led the way. First down now for Orangeville. Just across the 40. Moyer. Going deep. Real deep again for Harnish. And Mike Harnish makes the catch inside the 10. Ball's at the 5. And what a throw by Moyer. Stopped in there by Stover, who was victimized earlier in the game. Harnish made a fine catch. Had to wait for the ball a little bit. But boy, what a throw. That had to have been, let's see, from his own 30 to the opposition's 15.
Well, you can see it's a bootleg pass. It does a nice job to break the contain there. And again, as we mentioned, once he gets the win, he's going to be throwing the ball. Nice hands catch there. And of course, Moyer right here breaks contain right there. Does a nice job and then just throws the ball, putting everything on it, getting up in the wind. Nice tight spiral.
53-yard pass play. That ball was just about that much in the air.
Harnish would have been in the end zone had he stumbled.
First and goal, and this is Hort. Touchdown, Orangeville.
Woo! We've got ourselves a ball game, as they say.
Number 7, James Hort takes it over. And just like that, Orangeville has struck both these teams, show instant offense, and it's 29-22.
James Hort coming back from that ankle injury in the 2nd quarter, showing the power that got him over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Punches it in for Orangeville. Of course, the threat will be there this entire 4th quarter with Moyer with the win.
Again, they'll go for 2, and maybe they'll throw it to Harnish again. This time it's a settle to Hort. He's got it.
First time that Orangeville has shown the option, they show it down here on the goal line going for the two-point conversion. And it wasn't even close. Hort was in all the way.
Little pitch to James Hort. He just bowled his way over. 11 minutes, 9 seconds to go. It's a 5-point ball game. 29-24, and we'll show you the touchdown again right up the middle from 7 yards away.
Again, the workhorse right there is Hort. Nice block by Matt Rodenbaugh. And Hort showing good leg drive there, 170 pounds, taking it into the end zone. Now here's the first time they've shown the option. He comes down here and just pitches it out to Hort. Good downfield blocking. He gets in the end zone.
5 plays, 75 yards, under 3 minutes, and we'll come back up the field and kick it off. 11:09 to go. 5-point ball game.
You know, we've really been fortunate, Mike, our third year here, to see all of these great games coming down. We've had very good games the entire 3 years that we've been doing this.
Right away into the kickoff. Boys up to about the 30. Billy Du Bois taking the kick. Stopped in there by Judd Truman, an offensive lineman. And we might add a defensive lineman.
There's the kick getting up into the wind. Doesn't take much of a run up on the ball, and Du Bois takes it deep, and he'll just slip here making this cut. And Lexington takes the ball over on the 30-yard line.
First and 10 for the Minutemen. Give straight ahead. Du Bois gets close to the 35, brought down by Mike Harnish. Boy, Harnish has made those 2 long receptions, each time victimizing Stover, the deep back. And I just can't get over that. I know he had help with the wind, but Moyer really showed some kind of arm. Gain of 4, it's 2nd and 6. Downward in motion again. This time coming up short is Thomas, and Thomas is met by Chad Bauer. If there's any question if Orangeville's fired up?
Orangeville has really shut down the option from Lexington. They haven't gotten much out of the fullback. They're doubling down all the way down on those down people, but the linebackers are just coming in after the up people, the down linemen are blocked and making the play. And Lexington has not gotten much out of the fullback play today.
There's the pitch against Du Bois. This time Du Bois can't make the turn. It'll bring up a 3rd down. Second will bring up a 4th down, and this is critical here because the punt has got to come into the wind.
Boy, that was a great job here by Bauer. You saw him sliding down, shuffling all the way down, sliding down with the fullback first, and then sliding out on the perimeter play, making a nice
I'm sorry,
play.
Jack. Kevin Therian is going to punt. Wisdom usually does. He's got a bad leg. Therian hasn't punted much. Let's see what kind of a rush he gets. Not much, but not a good kick.
Ooh, and I'll tell you what, that was awful close to hitting that Orangeville player.
Yeah.
And that's what they're claiming.
And it took a Lexington roll. Du Bois and some of the other Lexington players are saying it hit one of the Broncos.
I thought it hit him in the foot.
Well, maybe we could tell something on the replay, but the call is going to go to Orangeville.
Of course, I'm up at 25,000 feet looking down at that, but you can see it's a line drive, and then it hooks, looked like my 7-iron into the wind. Hooks to the left. Ooh, that was close. But the officials have done a great job, and he was standing right there. And
like Matt Rose at tight end was the closest player to it for Orangeville. But now the Broncos have the ball just short of midfield after the punt off the foot of Kevin Therian that traveled about 20 yards. Most of that was rolled. This is Rodenbaugh. Blocked around ahead of him is Bauer. Rodenbaugh makes the turn.
Take a look here. You can see the official right there, and he's right on the play, and the ball is coming down right there, and it looks like it hits the Lexington player's foot. Good call by the officials, as usual.
Matt Rodenbaugh, of course, has that big run earlier. 13 for 65. Minnesota some excellent blocking for his backfield mate, Hort. 1st and 10. This is Hort. Spotted by Thomas, crossing the 35-yard line. John Thomas, the leading tackler, coming up to make the stop after a gain of about 4.
There's a trap block right there, and Hort runs outside the trap block. And kind of a poor job of tackling, but Hort has been running hard all day long, and you kind of feel the momentum here that Orangeville has really got the adrenaline going. And
Schluter gave a nice block, too, the sophomore, Brent Schluter. 2nd down, 6. This is Rotobaugh. Lexington did an excellent job containing there. Benedict, Egan, Culbertson, all of them in there to make the stop, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and a gain of very little, if anything. Well, give him 1.
this is a quick pitch here that the tackle's pulling out in front of him, and they shut him off. They cut off the perimeter, and he cuts back. Does a nice job of getting back at least to the line of scrimmage there. Then we're in 4-down territory here.
You can see clock coming up to the 7-minute mark. Orangeville trailing by 5 with the ball. 3rd down, call it 4. Hort, nothing fancy there, but up close to the 1st down marker. Brought down by Eric Hewer, and it is a 1st down for Orangeville. Wow, this is setting up to some kind of finish, Jack.
As I mentioned before, we've been lucky, Mike. We've had some great football games and some great finishes, and this is starting to compare with the best of them.
Judd Pulley comes in at one of the receiver spots for the Broncos now. They bring the formation in. 1st and 10, ball's on the 27. Hort, 1st down yardage inside the 20.
Boy, he is really running hard.
Kevin Therian making the stop, but Hort is a man on a mission on this run.
He really is. That's just a power-off tackle. You can see Rodenbaugh doing a nice job downfield. And Hort is not to be denied.
I can't get over what kind of blocking Rodenbaugh is doing for Hort, along with everybody else, of course. But, you know, to have 2 backs like that who are interchangeable, Rodenbaugh the leading rusher, but today is more Hort's day, and Rodenbaugh's helping him do it. It's a 1st down. Ball's on the 16. Clock at 6:22. Hort again. Ball squirted but out of bounds. Stop over there again by Benedict, along with Hewer, and Du Bois coming in for a little extra.
Penetration right there. He just beat the tackle, but Hort does a nice job of getting back up to the line of scrimmage.
Ball squirted free but out of bounds, as you can see. No gain on the play. He'll bring up a 2nd down. Hort, the numbers keep on piling up. Doing better than 5 yards to carry. This time it's Rodenbaugh all the way, all kinds of room. Matt Rodenbaugh close to 1st down country inside the 10. Rodenbaugh. John Thomas coming up to make the stop.
It's just an old wing T play here. The buck trap getting outside, or the buck sweep. And he just does a nice job of cutting back in here and getting down in the 1st down territory. And, of course, they're really moving the football with 6 minutes left to play here in the 4th quarter.
Clock continues to run. 5:50 now and counting. 1st and goal from the 5. Remus splits out to the left. You know the 2 backs, and this is Hort. To the 3. Stiles making the stop, Dave Stiles. Good drive for Orangeville. This will be the 10th play.
Big factor, too, of course, is they've been really running that clock down.
They've got the wind at their backs. They took over after that short punt. Rodabaugh trapped back of the line, but he's going to score. Matt Rodabaugh has put Orangeville in the lead. 5 minutes, 1 second to go. And Rodabaugh could have been thrown for about a 6-yard loss.
That was really a great effort there. He had 2 people that made contact with him beyond the line of scrimmage, and he was still able to make that big play and bounce off him and get into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown.
Second touchdown of the afternoon now for Rodabaugh. The clock passing 12, so it is officially afternoon, but as Brian Benning and the Orangeville Broncos are most concerned with, they have the lead. They're going to go for 2, leading by 1, 30-29. Moyer picks the horn, nothing doing. That's the only play Lexington.
It's the only time they stop Hort all day long.
Lance Benedict made it, and Lance Benedict has been making plays all day. There's a look at Lance. Well, both sides of this stadium are in turmoil right now. Orangeville hasn't had the lead since the end of the first quarter. The cheerleaders doing their push-ups. We'll be back. It's 30-29 Broncos. Is going to kick the ball off for Orangeville following the touchdown that put the Broncos ahead. Billy DuBois, the deep man, to receive the kickoff. The Orangeville fans in front of us are going crazy. Across the field, the Lexington fans are going crazy. Okay, sure it's tight, but this is what it's all about. Clock at 5:01. Short kick. Again, it's Thomas, the up man, on his own 21. Thomas gets to the 30. He's met by a host of purple. Led by Aaron Olson. And we'll see the touchdown again.
Here's it coming right into your screen. You see the tackle pulling right here, but the end and the corner come up and beat him. But you can see right here, Rodenbaugh just bounces off him, does a great job of eluding those 2 people, and gets into the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
But it's very important for Lexington that they kept Orangeville out of the end zone on the conversion.
Again, they run the option, which is the only time they've run the option is when they score and they come down, they stop Hort.
1st and 10 for the Minutemen. Throwing into the wind. And overshoots Therian is Bill Brown.
Well, you know, Lexington got excellent field position out of this. Orangeville didn't get much of a kickoff with a very, very strong wind behind them. I was sure they thought they could get the ball down about the 10 or 15-yard line, and Lexington has excellent field position.
Well, Therian had a step or 2 on the defender Reamer, but the ball overthrown. 2nd and 10. First time we've seen it. Brown gets it away and right into the hands.
He could go all the way here. Touchdown.
And he'll do it, too. Judd Pulley has shocked this crowd.
And the stadium is shaking. You can see the people right there underneath us, all of Orangeville.
41-yard interception return for a touchdown. Judd Pulley, 5'11" junior, may have broken Lexington's back an undefeated season.
There was nobody around there. He just tried to step up into the pocket and out of the shotgun, and Brown he had heavy pressure, but just threw the ball right to him. What a turnabout here for Orangeville.
Well, 2 touchdowns in 30 seconds. Well, 40 if you're scoring at home with us, but let me tell you, that was a shocker, and this Lexington crowd is absolutely jolted. Take a look across the field, and you see it. It is shocking for Lexington. 13-0. Let's take a look once again at the interception.
Sees in the shotgun. He steps up here under a little pressure. and he's looking around, and he's got more than a little pressure, and he just throws the ball up. You can see there's Du Bois, but he's 10 yards further up the field. A good transition here by the defensive players to turn into offensive players to block down field for him as he scores on a 42-yard touchdown interception.
Judd Pulley plays some backup tight end, plays mostly in the defensive backfield. Boy, did he play it right there. He is one excited young fella. And now, once again, Orangeville will try for two. They lead 36-29. They shift it to the single back. Boyer, the quarterback. Again looking. This time it's intercepted by Fillion. And unlike the college situation, you can't score on it on the extra point attempt. So again, they are turned back, and it is a 7-point ball game. We'll see it again. Let's take a look at the try for point here.
Again, it's basically the same play that they've used before. They throw back. He gets heavy pressure this time, and the ball is underthrown. Had he gotten a little more time, the receiver did have the defensive back beaten there. But a nice job there of playing the ball.
All right, let's be realistic. The situation for Lexington really is not fatal with that touchdown. It's still a 7-point ball game. A field goal wasn't going to do them any good to try to, they were up by a couple. Now they still have to score a touchdown, then they can go for two or go for one and tie. And of course, we'll have an overtime in high school ball.
The difference here is going to be that they're going to be thrown into a heavy wind, and of course Brown is thrown for over 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns, but he hasn't gotten those stats thrown into this gale.
That's right.
Now Orangeville needs a good kickoff here.
Well, they changed kickers. Ford is kicking off,
and they didn't get a good one.
Now they go down to the 20-yard line. Orangeville got a loose ball again. Lexington fumbles. Orangeville says they have it. No, say the officials.
And the man in the white hat is the one that tells them, no, you don't.
That's true.
Now, see, again, this really, it hurts Orangeville to give up such great field position here on that kickoff.
Well, that's Friedmansky with the kickoff.
He's cutting back here. They've got excellent field position. And let's just see where he loses the ball right here. Great camera work right there. A guy passing right by him pulls the ball right out of his arms.
Couldn't tell who, but it's first down as we quickly come back live. 4 minutes and counting.
Shotgun again
with the shotgun from their own 40-yard line. Down in trouble. Shoots a little spin around to Thomas, and Thomas gets close to midfield, about 1.5 yards short of the first down.
Well, I don't think Thomas is much of a threat going all the way on that pass. He was just a safety valve there. He just dumped it out. We do have a flag here, and it's a face mask against Orangeville.
Oh, this is just what the Broncos don't want to do. Tack on extra yards, and the clock stops.
The game has been relatively free of penalties, and now to have them happen in this kind of a situation. But the key to this was the poor kickoffs by Orangeville with the wind at their back.
The ball has made a quick trip into Orangeville territory down to the 36-yard line.
We have the face mask penalty on the defense. First down.
After the completion and the penalty. So they tack 10 yards to the 9-yard gain. So it's 1st and 10. Ball is on the 36-yard line. Clock starts to move again at 3:44. And it's Thomas, and Thomas gets good yardage across the 30, brought down by Chad Bauer. Might be able to see the face mask call here on the replay, Chad.
Right here, it's 34 is Hort. You can see his hand right there as he swings around.
It's not intentional, but in high school it doesn't matter. There's no 5-yarders either. It's a 10-yard penalty. 3 minutes, 9 seconds to go. Second down, gain of 7. Brown looking for Fillion. Broken up in there by Rodabaugh.
And
the ball just hung up.
The ball hung up, and the receiver had the defender beat, but he tried to lay it up in the corner, but once you get the ball up in the air with this wind, it's just hanging, and you can see right there, it all but stops up there. A nice tight spiral, but he just got the ball too high.
Yeah, anytime you do anything in this kind of a wind and against it, it's just very, very difficult. We'll show you those flags in a minute. 3rd and 3 now, big play, inside handoff to Jones, and this is Thomas. Thomas, don't believe got the first down. It'll bring up a 4th and maybe 1.
What's the quarterback?
You can see right there.
Yeah, there it is. That is one stiff win.
Decision time.
Decision time with a 4th and 1. Lexington will take a timeout. The clock at 2:40. And wow, 36-29. So it's a 7-point lead. And looking ahead for Lexington, if they score, there's no need to try a 2-point conversion. There is overtime.
There is overtime, and that puts the ball on the 10-yard line. And of course, both teams have 4 downs in which to score. Nobody scores, they start again from the 10-yard line.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet. Let's see. Well, when Notre Dame battles Miami, it's worth another look. Sunday morning at 9, Sports Channel presents a replay of the classic rivalry. The top-ranked Irish travel to Miami for a showdown that will help determine the next national champion. That's Sunday morning at 9, right here on Sports Channel. Our season never ends. And I don't think anybody wants this game to end, but it's only got another 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. In regulation, we might add, in regulation. Here we go. 4th down. Lexington, 4th and 1. They trail by 7. Brian Benning, the coach of the Broncos of Orangeville, telling his team to dig in. Then they shift. Boys and Thomas in the eye. Brown, 4th and 1. What a play! Brown taken down by Orangeville, and this could be a ball game. What a play in there. Mike Harnish coming in. He's made the big plays on offense and defense. Mike Harnish stopping Brown on a 4th and 1. What a call.
I was going to say that was a surprise call, I think, to everybody. Of course, had he made it, he was going for 6. He wasn't going for the first down on that. Had he made it, they would have said, you know, coaching genius. But unfortunately, get a great pass rush here. He never gets the ball off. And Orangeville takes over on downs. And the running game had been going good. He only needed a yard. It surprised me. I'll put it that way.
Briggs, Zimmerman, Harnish, and Dean Briggs, all 4 of them combining to stop him. This is Horton. Orangeville trying to run clock out here with the lead in the ball. 2:05. And I believe Lexington has 2 times out left, so we'll see how many they take.
The last thing he says every single time he's calling the play, and if you watch his lips, is tell him to hang on to the ball.
Hang on to the ball. This will be an upset. Lexington undefeated, 13-0. Orangeville, 11-2. Both teams semifinalists last year have given us all our money's worth for the finals this year. 2nd down now. This is Matt Rodabaugh. And Matt Rodabaugh for the first down, and they have a lot more. Saving tackle in there by Stover. And Rodabaugh has really effectively sewn up this ball game for Orangeville, but Stover saved the touchdown. That may be academic at this point with the ball in Lexington territory on the 37.
Just the wing T trap play here. Rodabaugh cutting back against the grain and then just cutting back. Great downfield block by Boyer on that defensive back. And right after this play, the coach is making all the gyrations, telling the backs to keep 2 hands on the football. There's a shot at Coach Moore. Very dejected at this point with a minute on the clock.
Clock is running, a minute to go. Rodabaugh with a 100-yard day. And he has done it the hard way. We got a whistle right here before the play can get off, and we'll see what this is all about. Orangeville now looking to run out the clock. 108 yards on 17 rushes, and boy, they have been key ones because Fort did the bulk of the work at the beginning of the game, even into the 3rd quarter, but Rodabaugh got the tough yardage when it was needed and the spectacular yardage on the sweeps.
He really did. He's their big breakaway threat. Hadn't scored 22 touchdowns coming into the ball game, but another situation where they were evenly matched. They both had over 200 carries in the season. They both had over 1,000 yards. And now again, they come out showing great balance with both backs getting over 100 yards.
A delay of game call against Orangeville. So that stops the clock with 56 seconds to go. Brian Benning doesn't look too perturbed about that. Now they might just start taking a knee right here. That's what he does. Moyer takes a knee. He'll do it a couple of more times, and that'll be it. Lexington will take its timeout. I believe that's number 2. They have one more. But you can see Ed Moore has got the headset off, and there's the object of it all.
The trophies. Those trophies.
Yeah.
Both teams came so very close last year, and they both come back this year.
22 to wait at halftime. 29-16, and then look out. Orangeville coming back. 7-yard run by Hort. Rodabaugh score. And then Pulley with the 41-yard interception. 3 straight touchdowns for Orangeville. And that turned this game completely around.
There's coach trying to tell the kids to make sure that they don't have any silly mistakes here and give the ball up, because stranger things have happened in high school football. Make sure you hang on to the ball. There's a very dejected Coach Moore.
Moyer will go to his knees. And I do not believe Lexington can stop the clock any further. That's it, so we'll just tick this one off. Well, you take a look at Orangeville's road to the playoffs. Beat Durand 32-8. Then a 20-0 win over Freeport. Sterling Newman, tough game by 3, a winner, 25-22. And then a walloping of Sciota, 50-0, and that brought us to the finals. That'll do it. Flags fly on the last play right here. See what's going on here. Wait a second, we've got a fumble. Got a fumble. The officials say that Lexington's got the ball.
But I think there's an interference there on the snap. The defensive man might have nicked the ball because the quarterback never got the ball on the snap here.
Let's see if we can see it. So
We have a legal procedure on the white. They get the ball on the snap.
That's exactly what happened. I did not see it, but that's the only thing I could conceive of, because when the quarterback came up, he never had the ball, so before he ever touched the ball, it would have been an offside because his hand crossed the neutral zone.
Well, now it's time for, after a quick catching of the breath, for Brian Benning and company to celebrate. One more snap, and that'll do it.
Well, they won't have to snap the ball here because the clock's going to run.
They're going to start the clock up, and there it is. Okay, that's the end of the game. What a game it was with the final score. Orangeville 36 and Lexington 29. Wow, what a finish. Two coaches congratulate each other, and there is a happy man. There's Ed Moore, who's not a happy man. Brian Benning. Oh, just what you need on a 30-degree day, huh? He doesn't mind. You can see it there, the Orangeville Broncos, the 1989 1A state champions. We'll be back in a minute. Out on the Lexington Minutemen, 36-29, an outstanding second-half effort by the Broncos of Orangeville. Gives Orangeville its Class A title, its first and its second playoff appearance. Boy, what a game, Jack.
It really was an exciting football game, and of course, they looked good in the first quarter. It looked like in the second quarter, Lexington goes in to turn the ball game into a romp, and all of a sudden, the second half, they're down, and Orangeville comes back, and Moyer, I think, with that big pass play, was the key to the game. They got the momentum going the first time that they had the win, throws it deep, picks up a big first down, puts them down on about the 12-yard line, and from there it was all Orangeville.
You can see Pat Egan of Lexington, Coach Ed Moore, Derek Weinzierl, Some really outstanding efforts by all these young men, and you know, it's hard to say there's nothing to feel bad about, but you can't tell those kids that.
Well, especially when they win 13 games to get here and lose the last one.
Well, we have a very happy and a very wet Brian Benning. Brian, can you hear us down there?
Yeah, I certainly can, Mike.
Hey, congratulations, Coach. By the way, how's your clothing?
It's a little wet right now, but I could care less. I'm just tickled pink. You know, it's a great performance by our kids in the second half. They didn't quit. We couldn't be more proud of our young men.
Boy, I can second that. Jack, go ahead.
I got a question for you, Brian. What did you say at halftime? Was it an X and O talk about what you could do, or was it more of a psychological, we're back in the ball game, we can get there?
Well, there's a lot. You know, some of it's X and O's, some of it I'm not going to tell you. But, you know, we weren't real happy at halftime. We kind of let them know what we thought of our performance in the first half. You know, we knew we were a better football team than what we had played in the first half. We just didn't play very well. We had played too soft defensively, and we just felt that we should have played a lot better. And we knew that we didn't represent our area like we were capable of, and the fine people back home and our school. You know, we deserved a better performance than that. And in the second half, we really came through and we needed it.
Brian, it's really interesting to watch your two backfield men, Hork and Rodabaugh. Rodabaugh spent a lot of time throwing as many good blocks as later he would get good runs.
He certainly did. You know, Matt's a great back, and he's as good as any in small schools in the state, I think. You know, we've never seen a better back all season long, and he runs so hard. James Hort, we knew would be a pivotal player today for our football team, and we knew that with their defensive schemes, it was important that we get our fullback game going. We did that well, and our halfback Matt Rodabaugh took advantage of that. Jim Moyer made some great throws. You guys saw what kind of arm he's got. He's doing I don't know how far, 60-some yards in the air. Yeah, he's a great player. We didn't throw as much as we probably would or could have, or maybe we should have, but our ground game was going. It was just a matter of playing the clock, whether or not how soon to start throw.
Brian, last one real quick.
Okay.
The block of the field goal by Harness really was a good
big. You know, turned out to be awfully big.
All right, listen, we'll let you go because you got a trophy presentation.
Okay,
congratulations.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Brian Benning, coach of the winning Orangeville Broncos. We'll be back in a minute. Broncos over the Minutemen, Class 5A, 1 down, 5 to go. Boy, they can't get much more thrilling than this one.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was just an outstanding game, and what a way to lead off the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, these are two teams, two different.
Well, I think they thought that in the second quarter when they came back. Well, this was the big key because this was the start of the whole transition back to Orangeville. And Rodenbaugh just makes a great run here. He gets good downfield blocking. Bo here comes up to try to make an easy tackle at the end, but he's not to be denied. And of course, he waited to turn because in the first quarter, all he did was block conversion. But now, the two boys again. Boy, it's a great game.
So it looks as though Lexington again, Orangeville quit. 3 straight scores. Here's what it is.
Fort ball Rodenbaugh made a big one. The Fort made the short yardage one that they needed.
Came back again to take the lead on the quarter play with 5 minutes left. Matt Rodenbaugh.
That was a great play because he outran his blockers. The defenders came up. They bounced across and got in the end zone.
Well, and here is the absolute killer. Interception.
All that pressure right there, and he goes to the man that made the rush for the Orangemen here. And of course, just really broke the back. Like looking back to the ball game.
Doug Pulley making again. Field goal block where Lexington was looking to pad the lead. Very, very important. Boy, was this a
Again, if you look back and you think about that first quarter, we're thinking, well, Orangeville was looking pretty good. Lexington saying, well, we're not going to do anything. And then all of a sudden, the second quarter, Lexington just dominated the ball game. And of course, you heard Coach Singley talk about the halftime. The swing was very much a factor. was a factor with the win. It was just a great win for him.
Two-way finals coming up. We'll give away our seats and come back later on this afternoon. Stay tuned next for the Class 2A Illinois High School Association Championship. Coming your way at 12:30. Technical producer for the IHSA on Sports Channel is Greg Bowman. Today's game has been produced by Bob Albrecht. Also accompanied by Trio Video of Chicago. Stay tuned next for highlights of the IHSA Girls Tennis Singles Finals coming up on Sports Channel, and then, of course, the 2A game. For Jack McInerney, I'm Mike Lieberman. Once again, the winner of the IHSA Class 1 Championship, Orangeville over Lexington, 36-29. Preceding has been an exclusive Sports Channel presentation.